Okay, in this video, I'm going to be doing a camera comparison between the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 8 Plus. So this intro is actually being shot simultaneously on each device. And as you can tell, you can really see a big difference in the detail overall. Now, this is both being done on the front-facing cameras of each device. And if you look on the 12, you can see a lot more detail. You can see my freckles a lot better. The image seems to be a lot brighter from what I can tell looking at each device. And if you look in the background, the iPhone 8 really blows out the highlights a lot more than the 12 does, neither of which are doing a great job at the background. Now, I will be doing a low light scenario as well, so to give you an idea. So this is just walking around. I mean, it's kind of stable, I guess. It seems a lot darker on the 8 than the 12 also. Now, that is given the different displays. I can see a lot more detail on my beard. The colors seem to be more natural on the 12. If you do more of a background. So you can see on the 8, the background is completely washed out. You can't make out really anything at all. On the 12, at least, you can kind of see some of the trees in the back, but still, neither device is doing good. Now, I'm going to change the focus point of each device. So let's see what happens when I shift the focus to the background. All right, so now you can really see a huge difference. It really brought out the background, but you can tell now that my face is a lot darker, especially on the 8 Plus. I had to get in the editing and see how much of a difference it actually makes, but just using the device right now, it looks like the 8 is way darker, and where the 12 you can actually still see a lot of my facial features. So now let's get into an extreme low light situation. All right, so now we're in an extreme low light situation. I'll just give you an example of what we're using here. So this is in my bedroom, and I'm just using this kind of like a studio light to illuminate the room. So yeah, it's pretty dark in here, and you can see, I think the iPhone 8, the one I'm shaking here, is actually kind of better than the 12, at least looking at the images on each device. Now, the 12 tends to stay really dark, where the 8 really brightens the image up a lot. It does look like there's a lot more grain on the 8, more noise and stuff in the background, but on the 12, my face is way darker. I think you actually get more detail on my face on the 8, so that's interesting. I kind of thought that the 12 would be better all around, but I don't know which one I like more. They both are not great in really low light on the video, so there you go. All right, and so taking our first image here, this is a close-up of Lucky Charms. You can see the iPhone 12 is a much crisper, clean image. It's a lot brighter, where the 8 tends to run a little darker, a little more blurry. You can see the spoon is not as detailed as the iPhone 12. Let's move on to another example. Now, this is an almost unbelievable example. Now, this is a similar lighting that I had in my low light video, and I mean, I don't really need to even talk about the differences here. I mean, this is just unreal. So it's funny how just the regular camera and the video recording can be so different. Let's move on to another one. One more low light example. Now, this is another like very apparent winner. The iPhone 12 is just so much more clear of an image. Now let's move on to some outdoor footage. Okay, now I couldn't think of the best way to show these side by side, but this is the iPhone 12 video footage. Now remember, this does record in HDR. Now this is a big difference. I'm not sure how this will show up on non-HDR displays, but you can see a pretty good dynamic range here. And switching over to the iPhone 8, zooming in, You can see it gets just a little more blurry. The overall image seems to be just a little more washed out, and but actually it does perform pretty well considering how old it is. You get a lot of lens flaring from the sun. Let me move on to another clip. Starting out with the iPhone 12 Pro, you can see just how dark the shadows get and how light the light areas get. It still keeps a lot of detail. Now the iPhone 8, the image seems just a little washed out, a little more blurry also. This is the iPhone 8 portrait mode. You can see around the dog's ears how it gets a little choppy looking, and the image is just kind of a little faded out looking. And we'll switch over to the iPhone 12 Pro, and now you can see the dog's ears a little more sharper, but there is like a lens flare coming from the sun, but the image, the tones are just a little bit more richer. Lastly, I got this macro shot of this geode. This is on the iPhone 8, and you can kind of see just all the crystals kind of blur together. And switch over to the iPhone 12. And you can see the iPhone 12 seems to get a little bit closer, and overall you can see just a sharper image, a lot more detail in each crystal. Alright guys, that pretty much does it for this video. Thank you for watching. I do want to add real quick that I'm not sure how the iPhone 12 HDR will process in my video editing, so hopefully it turns out all right. If not, let me know if you think the iPhone 8 or the 12 did a better job. And I will also say that each of those devices were set on their highest video recording settings and photo settings. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody make a decision, and thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. See ya.